So we're going to start today with a warm-up. What time is it? bit late starting, but we'll get it started anyway. So we'll start off with some rotations, some shoulder rotations. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And all the work today is going to be on the mat anyway, so hopefully it'll be easy for you to see me. And then forwards. We're getting some mobility into the shoulders.
I've lost all vote, sound. Yeah, you're back on now.
Okay. It's all going wrong today. Right, okay. And then we're going to take some leg circles, so just rotate with the legs. Make some circles with the legs. And then on the other side, moving around that hip joint, getting some movement in there. A bit of blood flow. Okay, and then we're going to take the arms and just take big circles all the way round. And then forwards, like doing a butterfly stroke, so getting some power in, engaging the lats. And then we're going to bring alternate knees to alternate arms, getting the heart rate up a little bit. And then we're going to do some high knees, so just tapping the tops of your thighs. And then behind, so kicking the bum. And you should be feeling nice and warmed up now. So we'll just do one more mobility exercise before we start the main session. So if you just come down onto kneeling, if you want a towel underneath your knees, if your knees hurt when you kneel on them, then that's a good idea. So going forwards and then back, forwards, back. And you want your feet in around a hip distance position. And then we're going to go forwards and then put your hand onto your left hand onto the floor or the opposite hand to the bent leg, and then just push that leg out to the side, opening in the hip joints. And then come back to kneeling. Put the other foot forward, and then we're going to go forwards and backwards a few times in this position. Okay, one more. And then just opposite hand down on the floor, and then pushing that knee out to the side and opening up into the hip and the hamstring. Okay, and then come back to all fours. Right, you can keep the towel there if you want. We'll just do a few movements into the spine. So we're going to look up, drop the hips down, so you're creating a curve in the spine, looking up, and then curling up to the sky, pushing your hips up to the sky so that you make some nice stretch across the back. And then again, we're going to do another few of those. One, just to get some movement, blood flowing. Okay, and we'll do one more thing. Go up into a plank and then push your hips back towards the sky. Pedal through your feet. Lift up your leg and open to the side, so we're opening up the hips. And then again pedaling, and lift up the other leg, so we're keeping a bend in there, and then opening up the hips. And then a few more pedaling like that, and then you can come down onto the mat. And we're going to start, we're going to aim for doing about a minute of each exercise today. So we'll start with all the exercises are also on the ground today. So we're going to do press up into a reach first of all. And as I say, we're aiming for a minute. If you can't, excuse me, if you can't do a minute, then just have a break and then come back to it. The other thing is you might have to modify some of the exercises if they're a bit of a challenge for you. So the first one we're doing is this press up and then into a reach behind like this. So if you don't want to do the press up, or the press up is not an option for you, then you can do the reaching behind. So you can just go from one side to the other, reaching behind, because you're still engaging your core and using all these muscles. So we're going to start off with our press up and then over and reach behind, as if you're trying to get a hand onto the ground behind you. Obviously, if there's any pain in your back doing this exercise, then you may be better off holding a plank or a modified plank for about halfway through. And this is a nice exercise because you're doing your press up and then you're reaching into that chest stretch behind you. A few more seconds. And we're going to release down. So the next exercise is side lying leg raise. So you just need to lie in a side position. You may want something under your elbow, under your head. Just put your head onto your elbow, and then we're going to raise our leg up towards the sky, keeping a straight line through the body. So if you want to, you can just have your head on the ground as well. It's another option, just wherever you feel your head is most comfortable, but try and keep it in neutral. So you're not looking down like this or head back. Okay, we're going to swap over sides in a minute. Okay, so swap sides. So we're engaging the glutes in this exercise, muscle that you probably don't normally do this kind of activity in daily life, so muscles that don't get used very often. We can use a band here to make it more challenging, so you could have a band between your ankles to give a bit of resistance as well. Okay. We are now going into moving plank. So moving plank, we're in a stable position for plank and then going onto the side and then onto the other side. So with this one, we're thinking about making sure our hips don't dip down when we go onto the side. You can hold a normal plank. That's just as good an exercise to do. So we're going to make a start now, aiming for a minute, remember, so you may have to reset halfway through. And we're thinking about quality here, not quantity. So really focus on what muscles you're using, how you're engaging them, and keeping that hip up. If you can't keep the hip up, then just modify the exercise so that you can do it well. I'm halfway through now. Keep that really nice form. Keeping the hips up. If you're in a modified plank and you need to come down and have a break, then you can do. So we're doing a bit more than normal. One more. And then we're back down to the ground. Okay, so the next exercise is a Russian twist, which we've done before. It's a good ab exercise, core exercise. So feet on the ground. Now you can either have them on the ground and go from side to side, or you can bring them off the ground to make it more challenging, and you're just taking your hands from side to side. The other way you can make it more challenging is to have a weight with you. So we'll start now. If you need to put your feet down halfway through, you can do. Trying to keep your spine in a neutral position. So if you start bulging out in the spine, then you might need to put your feet down. And you do need to put your feet down. We're halfway through. So you should be feeling it now a little bit, because that's the time that we normally do. Got 10 seconds left. And release. And then the next exercise is on our stomachs. So we're going to do a swimming exercise, but something to engage your scapula here, which are muscles, well, where you can hold tension sometimes if you're swimming. Obviously we haven't been swimming, but it's a good prehab exercise to do. We're taking our arms, forehead on the floor, arms out to the side in a kind of goalpost shape, and then we're squeezing the shoulder blades together and then just bringing the elbows in to the side. So we can start out with doing about a minute. So your elbows off the floor, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then just bring the elbows into the side. Bring the arms back up to that goalpost shape, and then drop the elbows down. Squeeze, elbows in. Really think about engaging those muscles all around the scapula. And this is a good opening exercise to do. If you're sat quite often in the day, or you're on a bike, you tend to hunch over. This is using the opposite muscles here to open out the chest. A few more seconds. And then last one. Release. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be a leg pull-up. So I don't know if it's called that, I've just called it that. So we go into this position. So it's like a backwards plank, and then we're just lifting our alternate legs off the floor like this. You can go into this position and straighten your legs as well. That would be another alternative. So we're going to start now. So lifting the leg up, keeping the hips towards the sky. Try not to let your bottom dip down onto the floor. About halfway through. So really think about keeping those hips up. You might be wanting to start to drop down by now. 9 seconds left. Nearly done. It's actually quite challenging, this one. And release. Okay, so we're now going down back to the beginning again. So we've got press up and reach. So again, you can do the reach on its own, or you can add the press up in. And also try and think about keeping the elbows in when you're doing the press up. So if you keep your elbows into the side, you're working more into the tricep. If you're doing a wide press up, then you're working more into the chest. You've got 10 seconds left. 5. And that's the last one. And then we're going into sideline leg raises, so onto your side. And then we're just going to lift and lower the leg. Remember, you can have your head wherever is most comfortable for you. You have it in your hand or lying on the floor, whichever you want. Okay, so this time we're going to just stay on this side and then do the other side next time. Because we've only got, it should even itself up. So we're going to stick with this, and then we're going to do a hold for a few seconds. So when we get to 15, which is now, we're just going to hold. So try and hold that leg up in this position. 5 seconds. And then lower. Okay, and then we're into moving plank. So get yourself in your plank position. And go from side to side. Keeping those hips up. Keeping a nice strong line through the body. Remember to be breathing as well when you're doing these exercises. Especially with core work, because quite often, because we're engaging that part of your body, you tend to hold your breath. Halfway through. And last one. Okay, and then we're into Russian twist. So you've got 2 options, remember. You can either have your feet on the ground and you're going from side to side, or we're taking our feet off the ground. So when you're ready, thinking about that straight line through the body here at the back. If you start to curve out or you're stopping engaging your core, then just drop your feet down for a few seconds and then come back. Halfway through. Remember to breathe, like I said before. And we've got 10 seconds left. then recover. So we're on our stomachs now for swimmers. Lying on your front, arms out in a goalpost shape. Then you squeeze your shoulder blades in, draw your elbows down. Bring your elbows up to that starting position. Lower, squeeze in, really engaging those muscles. And keeping a long neck. The back is making sure your neck is neutral. A few more seconds left. Squeezing the shoulders. And then release. And then our last exercise is the leg pull-up. So we're in a kind of reverse plank position. And lifting alternate legs. Keeping the hips up. Remember, you can drop down and recover. You can make it this option as well. We're on 15 seconds left. Keep the hips up. Finding it hard to talk in this position. We've got 5 seconds left. And lower and release. So background for the last round of exercises. So if we go into the press-up position, do the press up and then reach. Press up and then reach. Or reach from side to side. Your choice. It might be on the third time round that you want to change what you're doing. Try and keep the elbows in close to the body if you can. We're halfway through now. Okay, let's make these last few press-ups. If you're doing press-ups, try and get as low as you can with the press-up. So really trying to get that nose as close to the floor as you can. The last one. And then release. And then we're in side lying leg raises. So whichever side you did last time, you need to remember and swap sides. So head down to the ground, whichever position is most comfortable. Make sure there's a straight line through your body. Use this hand for support. Still recovering from the press-ups. Getting my breath back. And we'll do a hold again on this side, so the last 15 seconds we're just going to hold. Okay, so next time we go up, we're going to hold. And keep breathing. You might find one side is not as easy as the other, that's okay. And then lower down. And then we're going into moving planks. So moving planks or a modified plank is up to you. So get yourself in the plank position, and then we're going from side to side, so opening up. On each side. Really control your body as you move from side to side. If you rush it, you miss out on activating all of the muscles. Got 10 more seconds. One more, and then we're down onto the ground for Russian twist. So you can either have your feet on the ground or have them a little bit off the ground. It's up to you. And go from side to side. So keep looking forward when you're doing this exercise. And remember to keep breathing as well. We're about halfway through. Ten seconds left. And 5. And release, well done. And then we're on to our stomachs for the swimmers. It's a little bit of a break from the core work. So face onto the floor, goal post position with your arms, squeeze your legs together, draw the elbows down. Keep your neck nice and long, so we're looking down onto the mat. Okay, we're halfway through, so make these ones really slow and deliberate, these last half, so you can really feel what's engaging. Are you starting to squeeze your glutes together, or is there anything that's working that shouldn't be working? Just focus on that upper body. Last one, and down. And then the last exercise is the leg pull-up. So we shall go on to that reverse plank position. And you can modify this if you need to. So we're raising one leg and then the other alter in place. Keeping your hips pushed up towards the sky. Just over halfway through. Nearly there.